Hi and welcome back to class of Product Development and Entrepreneurship. I am Hitesh Raiyani, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. This is lecture 8, conducting interviews, a like-dislike method. The learning outcomes of these lectures is to learn the like-dislike methods of interviews. So let's start our method like dislike of conductive interviews. The simplest approach that proves reasonably effectively in practice is to interview customer as they use the product. So this is the interview is the simplest methods to get the collecting data when the customer use the product. During interviews, a team member asks the customer to describe what they likes in their products and dislike in their products at their sites. So during the process, when interview is held at customer's environment, that during the interview process, the more detailed questions may be asked to explore the different facts of the products. So, and whenever the interview is held, at the same time, a reasonable list of customer needs is developed. So it is very important when we use the like-dislike methods of conductive interviews. It is important that when holding in interviews to have a customers run through their process of using products. So as a customer is use the product, they can explain regarding what they like in products and dislike in their products. So while the customer describes and actively use the product, the interviewer should ensure that they describe not only what they do not like, but also what they have liked. So the like-dislike method has general row categories to record the customer statement. So it is the general row categories in which there are like and dislike row, and based on the according to the customer statement, the customer's review is noted. Asking about like ensure the design team understand what is expected in product and what must be provided. So whatever the customers like, that must be provided in the product development. So asking about the dislike in product, establish what the design team can provide to the delight the customers as it currently not being expected. So in like-dislike methods of conducting interviews, the form of like-dislike as shown here is used to collect the customer need data. So here I show the form of like-dislike methods, and you can see that in top of these forms there are basic header informations. So here in basic header informations, the data regarding the project or product names, customer name, address of that customer, or willing to do the follow-up, types of users. These are the basic informations is mentioned in the header informations. And also there are informations regarding interviewer's name and date of interviews, etc. in the basic header informations. And if you look at the columns of this particular forms, there are first column that is used to record the questions. So whenever we conducting the interviews, we have to record the questions. So here the first columns is used to record the question. So here you can see in these forms there are the first columns in which the questions is mentioned as typical use, likes, dislikes, suggested improvements. So the questions is recorded in first columns, and there are second columns which shows the customer statement. So this second column is used to record the actual customer statement. So based on the questions in first columns, whatever the response of customers, that can be recorded as a customer statement. So second column is used for the actual customer statement. For example, customers likes or dislikes or suggested any improvements or typical uses, that all are mentioned in the customer statements columns. And if you look at the form, there are third column is the interpreted need. So as whatever the customer statements record in the second column, that have to interpret it in the customer need. So third column is nothing but the interpreted need. So third column is used for the conversions of actual customer statement into the need. So there must be the interpreted need columns, and here third column is the interpreted need columns, and whatever the statements record in second column, that have to convert into the need, and that mentions in the third columns. And fourth column is the importance. So during the interviews, whatever the expressions of customers use in that particular interviews, that can noted in the last columns. For examples, good, bad, must, should, this all the expressions of customers is noted in these last columns. So these are the like dislike form which is used when we are doing the interviews of customers, and it is the simplest methods, and from these methods we can easily understand what customers like, what customers dislikes, and what is the suggested improvement for the particular products. So this is the like dislike forms. So in like dislikes methods, if the customer likes the way a need is implemented, it is recorded in the like row. So here you can see that likes row. So whatever the customers likes regarding the needs implemented, that we have to mention in the like rows. And if the customer does not like how a need is implemented, it is recorded in the dislike row. Here also you can say in like dislike forms, there are dislike row. So whatever the customer does not like, that is mentioned in the dislike row. So the like dislike form as shown here, it is the structures. In these structures, you can easily understand what customers like and what customers does not like. So these structures permit immediate understand of what need to be focused on when redesigning the product. So based on the like dislikes methods, whatever the customer statement is used, and from that we can understand that what the customers want and what customers don't want. So according to that requirement, we have to focus the customer need when we redesign the product. And the fourth column is record the verbal expressions of importance that the customers may have used, like must, good, should, nice, poor, etc. that will be expressed by the customers when during the interviews. Sorry. So that words like must, good, should, nice, no, poor, that all words are mentioned in the last column, that is the importance. So this is the simplest methods of interviews, like dislike methods. In these methods, we generally identify the what customers likes in our products and what customer does not likes in our product. So this is the simplest methods to collect the customers' needs data during the interviews. So in these lectures, we learn the like dislike methods of collecting the customers' needs. So in our next lectures, we will learn the next methods to collecting the customers' needs. Thank you.